Hey, this is Steven from LegitTechTutorials, and welcome to my beginning Unity 5 tutorial series. Today we are going to continue off from what we were doing last tutorial, and what we are doing today is we are doing some UI screens. So UI screens are basically additional levels that allow us to prompt the user. For example, a standard splash screen you would see, and it says like your high score, settings, play, multiplayer, whatever. Even standard larger games have main menus. So it's a menu, main menu, right? Loading screen, desk screen. So we're gonna have a main menu, and then we're gonna have a death menu. And the main thing that we want to add to the game right now that adds to the playability, number one, is the issue here that if we're walking, right, we hit this thing, and then we hit the second piece here, and then we die, and then we can't do anything. We can't try again, we can't play again, we can't do anything. It's stuck here. So this is where we're going to plaster. You could have a button right here that says play again, which would be beneficial, but we're going to add another screen on top. So if this was a game that I was working on really quickly, it would probably be to the point where I would just say I would say you lose at the top, and then it'll say start over or whatever, right there, and then you click on that and it would go. But we're going to practice a screen, an extra level on top. So that way it could say like go to main menu or whatever. And also won't be wasting so much of your processor by letting this thing bounce back and forth. So either way, you could do exactly what I'm going to do here with it in your game, but we're going to use this so we could figure out how to move between levels, and also how to pass things around and between different levels as well. So of course the levels are called scenes. So what we're going to do, file, new scene, and then we're going to instantly do file, save scene as, and then this is going to be called the death menu. Okay, so now in death menu here, what we're going to do is we're going to just do a full UI. So what we're going to do, right click here, and then you're going to hit UI, and we're going to add a canvas. Right click, UI, canvas. And then what we're going to do here is change this to using your camera, and then we're going to point this to the camera. Oh, sorry, it was already popped up. Okay. This is fine. Push this to the foreground. Then what we're going to do is we're going to right click on the canvas, and we're going to add some text, and it's going to say here, we're going to move this up to the top, and it's just going to say you died. And then in you died, we're going to make this to best fit. Best fit. And then we're going to do this, and I'm going to make this a little bigger, a little wider. I'm going to snap that to the middle, and then I'm going to snap these pieces to where they need to go. So there's one. Here's another one. So when you start, it just says you died. Also, another thing, I want to change this camera to like a white screen, and it's just going to say you died. So that's how we want it. Now let's take a look. It's going to be white now. So we're going to take this, duplicate it, move it down to about here, and I'm going to say score. Right click, rename score. And then I'm going to put score here. Best fit, everything. What the hell? Okay. Duplicate it again. I'm going to move it down here. And then this is going to be high score. So another thing we need to do is we need to set these correctly here. And this guy is going to be from here. Sweet. Okay. So we got that. Now what we're going to do is high score, and then we need some buttons. So we're gonna call this, we're gonna rename this high score. High score. Now we need some buttons. So we're gonna have a retry, and then we're gonna have go back to main menu. So we're gonna have a button. I'm gonna move this button down here and make this larger. I'm gonna go into the text. I'm gonna change this. Try again. We're gonna have this best fit, and we're gonna have it. Like that. Try again, and then we're going to rename this try again, and then we're going to duplicate this again, duplicate, and then this is going to be back to main menu. And this text is going to be main menu. Main menu. Okay, sweet. So this is what it's going to look like here. Obviously, these two buttons. Actually, now that I think about it, we haven't even worked with any buttons yet. So this is also going to help with buttons. Okay. Okay, that is good. So what we're going to do now is we're going to create a new script to control all of this. So I'm going to do new JS script, and I'm going to call this death script. All right. And then we're going to open it up in MonoDevelop. And after we do that, what we're going to do is we're going to say int current score, int high score. So these are going to be initialized as zeros. So what we're actually going to do is we're going to save this so that whenever you restart the game, it's still there. So you'll understand what that means here in a second. So the first thing on start, what we're going to do is we're going to go right here. And then we're going to look at, so we're back on the UI, and I also wanted to show you guys the very budding documentation site. So we are going to use some of these guys' code to do what we want. So there's this thing called player preferences. The player preferences will actually set and save stuff. So you see here we could set, we're going to set the score, and then we're going to save the preferences. Then in our other script, we're going to return the score. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to use this. This is in... This should be fine. I was checking for what language that was in. So what we're going to do here is we're going to score... Oh, crap. Get score, score. This is going to be current score. Then we're also going to do this again, and we're going to call this high score. And then we're going to create a variable called high score. So what's going to happen is that basically in our character, we're going to save these preferences, and then we're going to retrieve them here. Then what we also need to do is we need to import the UI, so this right here, so we could use text and stuff. So, and sorry, I write other games in C#, so it actually is a lot more difficult than I thought it was going to be, switching back and forth. So that's why you see me doing this. It's because switching back and forth can be difficult sometimes. Okay, that is what we want to do, and then we're going to say var score type text. Where's the text? Okay, and then what we're going to do here is we're going to say update. Well, here we only need to do it once. So we're going to say score equals score.text equals score plus current score. And then we're going to say high score equals score high score. Then what we're going to do is we're going to do a quick if loop to see if our current score is higher than our high score. And if it is, it's going to actually set the high, so this is where we're going to set. So I'm going to guess that set, it looks just like this. But we're going to grab it from this here because he already has it loaded in there. Okay. Okay. Set score of type. Oh crap. This is going to be high. Oh no, this is a high score. Type high score. Plus high score. Okay, so that is, and then you could have some text pop up saying, you know, new high score or whatever. But you'll see, I mean, a standard viewer would be able to look at it and be like, this number's higher than that one, so a new high score. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're actually going to create new functions. Now we have not, in this entire game, created new functions. So let's do that now. So function, wow, if I can spell it correctly. Function, in this function, it's going to be called restart. Now this is when this has to do with the button, the whole button of the UI. So when you click on the button in the UI, the try again, it will call a method or a function. A method for C#, function for JavaScript. So in JavaScript, it's going to call a function, and then that function is going to execute something. So we have this, and then also we don't even need the update. I've never actually deleted the update before, so hopefully it doesn't do anything crazy. Restart, and then we're going to have main menu. So basically what it does here is, let me show you here, is going to basically, in the manual here, not in the manual, but the scripting API, so it goes here. So this is the load level. So basically what it does is it goes in and it'll look for what you saved, right? So this is how you go back and forth between levels. And this is also how we are going to do when you go to a certain point, like a pylon, and it'll load the next level. So it would load the next level of the game and do this, that, or whatever. So what we're going to do when you restart, we're going to have a load level and another load level. But they're obviously going to be two different levels. So we're going to have our levels are death menu and level 1. We don't have a main menu yet. So let's just call this level 1. And we'll have to go back here and change it. So these are both going to be level 1. Now let's go ahead and see the build. I probably have some errors in here somewhere. Whoops. Is that a warning or is that an actual error? Ah. Did see that? Hope you guys catch that. What I did there, the issue. Now we only have an issue with that. Jesus. What'd I do? I spelled it wrong or something? Ah. Oh. Of course. I guess that's parameters. That's why I messed it up. Okay, so... now... we have to go into character, and what we're going to do in character is when he dies here, when it equals a spike, and you don't have a, and then what it's going to do here is we're going to do application load level here, application load level, and then it's going to say death something. Death menu. Death menu. Death menu. Also, here, what it's going to do is it's going to do this. It's going to set int here. Yeah. So score is equal score. So that should be okay. Oh, also we need to save. Let me grab that save real quick. So now that we have this, we should have no issues. Well, we need to go back here. Then we're in here. Now we need to attach our script. So we go scripts, and then descript. Then we need to add in our text. That's fine. It's going to be score is underscore, high is high score. Then we need to mess with the buttons. So this is main menu. Main menu. Now what it's going to do is on click. So we have this little on click here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to point it to the object that has our script in it, which is the main camera. There it is. So main camera, and you see here we have descript, and we are looking for, this one is the try again, so this is restart. And on main menu, we're going to do the same thing again. Add a on click, runtime only, point to the main camera. And we're going to add descript, and this is going to be main menu. So what we're going to do is we're going to file, save scene. Actually, we could technically start from here. Let's hit try again. Yeah. Sorry. You have to go into the build settings. You need to add current, and then I need to load the other one. Cannot be loaded because it has not been added to the build settings. Load it. Okay, and then I need to go level 1, and then I need to go add current. So this is 0, 1, and then let me move these around. So now when I start, I'll start from here, and now when I die, it should go to the other menu, please. Yes, try again. Boom, done. And also, of course, you'll see here in a second, when I get hit again and hit main menu, it'll reload again because we saved that to level 1. Oh, also I need to check the score. Score is 37. I score. Okay, let's check for that issue right now. High score. Oh. I know what I need. So I need that guy's whatchamacallit. I need that guy's one script here. This one here. This one right here. So basically what happens here so if the player does not have key, if there's nothing in the high score, it'll basically delete it. So that's why you're not seeing anything there. And then I'm going to do player pref save. Player prefs dot save. Okay. So, because the issue is that there's no high score, and I try to pull it, and there's nothing there, so that's the issue. So now when I get hit by this thing, high score is 0. Now when I play it again, you might need to build this, so I don't know if it'll work here. Yeah, it's not going to work here. So that brings me to our next point. What I'm going to show you now is how to actually build your game to test it. So what we're going to do is we're going to go here, we're going to go build settings. Oh, also, I think I might know what's going on here. No, but it should save it here. High score, high score. Oh, this is supposed to be score. Okay. Oh, current score. Current score. All right, let's try this one last time. And then the final portion will be to build okay. Sweet. Okay, so now it works. Now I'm going to show you guys what it looks like to build your game. Actually, I'll do that later. I'll do that in another tutorial when we're finished, so we can play all the way through. That will be the last thing that we do. Alrighty. Now let's just make a quick main menu. So our main menu is just going to be a edit of the dev menu here. So it's just going to be a slight edit. So what we're going to do is we're going to go here, dev menu. And then I can click on camera, hit F to focus in on it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of, I'm just going to call this, well, first thing I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to save it as a new scene. So I'm going to call this levels main menu. So this is main menu. Now what we're going to do is we're going to say welcome. And then score we're going to get rid of. And high score we're just going to move up here. So let's move this up to here. And then, for example, here you'd have something like down here you'd have like settings, or change your your key bindings and stuff like that, and you could write code for key bindings or whatnot. So that would be something later on. So there we go there. What we're going to do is we're going to get rid of this main menu, and we're going to change this text to play. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go back to here, scripts, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new script called main menu. And we're going to open this up in MonoDevelop. Should have opened up in MonoDevelop. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to copy all this directly into our main menu, and we're going to get rid of a couple things. We're going to get rid of this. We're going to get rid of this. We're going to get rid of this. We're going to keep that. Keep that. I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to get rid of this. And we're going to get rid of we're going to call this start or play. Let's call it play. Okay, now let me double check. So we have the high score. We have the text for the high score. We have if your high score does not exist, set it to 0. High score equals playerprefs.getInt high score high.text equals high score. High score. Okay. So we're gonna build this. Then we're gonna do exactly what we did last time. So here, first things off, I'm gonna attach a script. I'm going to attach the main menu script here. I'm going to drag the text in, the high score text, here. And we're going to go try again here, and we're going to change this to main menu. Why does it have this here? Play. So now, oh, also I need to move this to the front. So what does it say here? It's set. Ah, that's why. Remove. That is the issue. Okay. Now let me see, because I duplicated it, so technically it's still going to be in there. Everything else should be fine. Okay. Okay, now what we need to do is we need to add that to the build projects, where we need to add current. And that's going to be actually the first thing that starts with the game. So it's going to be there. Now, as we close it, it says here high score is 37, because it's been saved. It's on our computer still, because it saved it to a local access point, and I'm probably going to die. Oh! Took out my shield though. Oh, I did add a... Oh, I don't even remember adding the UN pylon. That's weird. I can't remember adding the UN pylon. That was at the very end of my video, I remember now. Okay, so the other thing that we want to do is in the dev script, we want to change this now to main menu. Main menu, which should be the name here. Project levels main menu. So, got the main menu there. We're going to build this. Now, let's make sure we went full circle. And I'm basically going to run into both things. So there it is. And when I hit main menu, I'll go back to the main menu. Tell me my high score. And then I hit play. So another thing that it would do is when we hit this end here, it will load the next level. So that will be the next thing that we do in the next tutorial. Alright, so this has been Steven from LegitTechTutorials. I'd like to thank you for watching my tutorial on beginning Unity 5. If you like this tutorial, please stay tuned for other tutorials in this series and other series as well, or other videos, not just necessarily tutorials. So be on the lookout for more videos in this series and other series like it, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Take it easy. Peace.